Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Toya Jones-Herbert, and the kids in my program know me as Miss Jones or Miss Toya. I'm the founder of the Young Artist Development Program, and today I'm excited to talk to you about vocal care and vocal maintenance. Transition. Right here in the middle. Neither here nor there. But you're going somewhere. For the last couple weeks, I've been posting tips for singers on our Instagram page, which is at YAD Program if you're not already following us. And I noticed that they were really direct and to the point, didn't really give much information, much detail, didn't really expound. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to make a video to really expound on why these tips were necessary, give some more information to kind of really help you get the gist of why you need to maintain your vocal cords and make sure that you are caring properly for your voice. Okay, so for me, singing has been a huge part of my life as far back as I can remember. I grew up in a family full of singers and musicians. So every time we came together, we were singing. We grew up in church, so you know we were always singing, right? But the singing was really focused on natural talent, skills, ability, the art of singing, and not so much vocal maintenance and vocal care. So I found that a lot of times I would sing and lose my voice. As a matter of fact, there was a point in my life where I remember I was losing my voice every single week. I mean, every week, without fail, I lost my voice. I would sing my heart out, and I just thought, you know, when you sing your heart out, you're going to lose your voice. That's just how it made sense to me. I didn't think that I was damaging my voice in any way. I didn't think that I was hurting myself. I just thought I was giving my all, and to show for it, I didn't have a voice. Well, I was totally wrong about that, and let me help you understand. That is not the way to go. Okay, the problem was I was not properly caring for my vocal cords. I was not taking my larynx into consideration. I was not considering how weather was affecting me, and so I was damaging my voice on a regular basis. There came a point in time where I remember being hoarse for about a month. I didn't think my voice would ever come back, and it was a very scary place for me. For somebody like me who loves to sing, you can imagine. I was like, oh my gosh, my voice is gone, and it was terrifying. So when my voice finally came back, I said, you know what? I have to do my due diligence. I have to look into what I can do to really care for my voice so that I don't lose it so often. And that if I do happen to lose it, that I know how to recover fast, right? And so I'm going to share what I've learned in my experience with you guys today. And hopefully this video helps you. So the first area I want to talk about is weather. A lot of people do not associate weather with singing, right? They don't associate weather with vocal cords at all. The truth of the matter is weather plays a very intricate part in the way your vocal cords perform. So let's deal with two extremes, right? We have hot and we have cold. I'm not going to go through the seasons, just really going to focus on hot weather and cold weather. So in hot weather, you find that, you know, the best way to kind of cool your body down is to have like ices and to drink a lot of cold water. But for singers, that's actually really, really dangerous, right? Because cold water, what that's going to do is it's going to freeze your vocal cords. And the truth of the matter is your vocal cords are already impacted by the dryness of the heat. So it's already strained, it's already experiencing a stiffness, but then you come with the cold water and you kind of shock your vocal cords and it's like, so you'll notice that you feel like a little a stiffness, a soreness, a pain in your throat when you begin to drink cold stuff, especially in the hot weather. Now, of course, you're thinking, well, this is cooling me down so I can ignore it, it'll pass. But if you're a singer, it's really damaging your vocal cords. So the best temperature for you to drink your water in the heat is really room temperature water. I know nobody's trying to drink tea in the heat. Nobody wants to drink anything hot, but room temperature is going to really, really help your voice in hot weather. Now in cold weather, it's a little different, right? Because in cold weather, what happens is that your vocal cords actually begin to get bogged down with a whole bunch of phlegm and mucus, right? Because in the cold, your body just begins to produce this excess mucus. And so it's very, very heavy. You notice that you'll wake up and your voice is really heavy. You'll wake up and your vocal cords feel a little stiff. And you're just like, oh, that's my wake up voice. That is because your vocal cords are being weighed down with excess mucus and phlegm. And so when you go to sing, a lot of times we don't consider that we have all this excess mucus and phlegm. We just feel like we can clear our throat and go on singing. But I want to help you implement some things that are going to help you get rid of that mucus and that phlegm and really soothe your vocal cords so that when you go to sing, you have the ability to sing the way you want and sound the way you want and hit the notes that you want. So the first thing I'm going to tell you about is Toya tea, right? And I'm going to tell you what that is. When I was younger, I wasn't a fan of drinking tea, like herbal teas. I wasn't really into that. Now I love it, but as a child or as a young adult, I wasn't a fan of herbal teas. I didn't like it. So what I would do though is I would take honey, right, and lemon, and I would put it in hot water, and I would just put enough to get it to a really good taste, and then I would drink that. And people will always be like, well, what is that? I'm like, well, I don't like herbal tea, but this is Toya tea. So I kind of named it Toya tea. My family just kind of began to stick with that. So are you going to make your Toya tea today? Even when I got married, my husband knew what Toya tea was, right? Because I would just really take some honey and lemon, put in some hot water to taste, and then I would drink it. But what it did is it really helped get rid of that excess mucus and phlegm. So anytime I knew I had to sing, I would make sure that from the time I wake up, I'm having several cups of this Toya tea, right? So let me tell you why. The benefits of honey and lemon are amazing. So first, with the honey, in honey, there are antioxidants and a lot of antibacterials. The benefit of antioxidants is really protecting the cells, right? So your vocal cords, every part of your body is made up of a cell. But specifically right now, we're dealing with vocal cords. The antioxidants in the honey is really going to protect the cells. It's going to prevent the damage of the cells or even slow down the progressive damage of your vocal cords cells. And then it has antibacterial in there, which means that the bacteria, the germs that are causing the mucus to be formed, that honey is going to come in there and it's going to begin to fight against that bacteria. So that is the benefit of having honey. And then lemon, we know, plays the role of a disinfectant. It's a vitamin C. It plays the role of a disinfectant, and it's going to come in there and it's going to loosen up all of that mucus so that it can be removed from whatever area it's resting on or in your body totally. It just kind of gets it out of there. So putting these two things together in hot water, it was amazing, right? Because it really soothed the vocal cords and it really helped me to be able to recover in time for me to sing. Another remedy that I want to tell you guys about is apple cider vinegar and honey. Now, I'm not drinking this apple cider vinegar and honey. What I'm doing is I would gargle the apple cider vinegar and honey 3 times in the day that I had to sing. What I noticed is that when I would gargle with it, I'd be able to get that phlegm lifted up off of my vocal cords so that I can get rid of it. So I would do that 3 times a day while I'm drinking my Toya tea and get that phlegm completely off of my vocal cords, right? And the third thing that I use to really help with my voice, especially in the cold, but really all year round, is throat lozenges, right? So my absolute favorite throat lounger is Ricola. I use Ricola regularly. I use the cough suppressant and I use the sore throat soothing Ricola. So I use both of them. I use them year round, and I realize that they really do contribute to the healing of my vocal cords, right? So that's really how I maintain my voice in the summer and in the winter. The next area that I wanted to talk to you guys about is your diet. Now, I know that diet is another thing that people do not associate with their vocal cords or with singing at all. But your diet plays a very intricate role in the maintenance of your vocal cords. So whenever you know you have to sing, what you want to do is you want to stay away from spicy and dairy foods. Now, spicy foods, you have to understand, cause inflammation in your vocal cords. Let me say that again. Spicy food causes inflammation. And so if you are going to sing, you do not want to have inflamed vocal cords. So you want to avoid spicy food before you have to sing. Dairy foods, they produce additional mucus. Now, we just did a whole talk about how we want to get rid of mucus. So if dairy food produces mucus, logically you want to stay away from that, right? No dairy. The final area that I want to talk to you guys about is vocal rest. Vocal rest is absolutely imperative, especially if you're going to be performing or expected to perform at a high level. You want to make sure that the night before and the day of that you're not straining your voice. You want to make sure that your voice has the opportunity to be fully recovered before you have a performance. And it's just as important after you perform, right? So after you give your all, after you push all of your energy into singing, after you take those deep breaths and you project that voice and you sound amazing and you get the applause, after that, you need to go right back on vocal rest because you want to be able to recuperate for the next time that you have to sing. So let's recap. Okay, so today we talked about 3 very important areas. The first being how to maintain your voice in extremely hot and extremely cold weathers. The second thing that we talked about is the diet, making sure that you stay away from spicy and dairy foods because they will damage your vocal cords, especially before performance. And the third area that we just talked about was vocal rest. You want to make sure that you're giving your voice the opportunity to recuperate. Okay, I hope this video was helpful. I hope that it gave you a few tips that you can apply so that you can properly care for your vocal cords and maintain so that you can give your best performance every single time. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop it in the comment section below. And make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, okay? Because we're going to be doing a lot more videos like this. Let's grow together. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.